Hey everyone, welcome to Monday Minutes. I'm Pastor Drew filling in for Pastor Doug this week. Hey, I've entitled this Monday Minutes, Are You Listening? Let's get right into the verse that we're going to start with today. Jesus is speaking in John 10:27, and he says, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me." Have you ever noticed that as you get older, it's harder to hear the right voice? Not because your ears don't work, it's just because there's too many voices all at once. Your life may sound like this. Your boss wants more hours. Your kids want more snacks. Your wife wants more communication. Your body wants more sleep. And the whole time you're trying to remember, did I even pay the water bill? And then there's your phone, right? There's notifications dinging, there's group text blowing up, and then that one friend still leaves that 4-minute voicemail like he's from 2003. It's exhausting. And sometimes you're like, can anyone hear me? Or can I hear anybody? Jesus actually speaks right into this noise in the verse that we read in John 10 when he says, "My sheep listen to my voice, and I know them, and they follow me." Really, the translation of that is this. It's not that God's not speaking, it's that our lives are so loud sometimes that we can't tell which voice to follow. In fact, if you ever felt overwhelmed by that noise, right, that's me in the comment. Because here's the one thing. The loudest voice usually is the one that wins. And if the loudest voice in your life is fear, stress, the culture, that's where you're going to end up. But you see, Jesus says that he's the shepherd and we're the sheep. Sheep don't survive by being the fastest or the smartest. They survive by recognizing the shepherd's voice and following him. Because if you don't know his voice, you'll end up following a stranger's voice. And you know what happens when you follow a stranger? Usually something bad happens or you get lost. Kind of like when you click on that sketchy email link that says, Amazon package delayed. And the next thing you know, your bank account is negative because following the wrong voice usually costs you. But here's the good news. Jesus says his voice leads to life. In fact, a few verses earlier in John 10:10, Jesus says this. He says, "The thief comes to steal, kill, and destroy, but the shepherd," or him, Jesus, "came to give life," and not just a survival, get-by life, but an abundant life. And here's how you know his voice can be trusted. He's not a hired hand. He's the good shepherd who lays down his life for the sheep. See, anybody can talk a good game, but Jesus backed it up with the cross. If someone lays down their life for me, guess what? I'm listening to him. Forget the blue check marks. The cross is the ultimate verification badge for me. So how do you hear his voice in the middle of all this noise? Well, let me give you 3 quick things today. Number 1, turn down the noise. Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is turn off your phone for 15 minutes and create space for silence. Yes, parents, you might have to do this in the car, in the driveway, but yes, you are allowed to hide from your kids, for 5 to 10, 15 minutes if you can. Second is tune into his word. God's voice is always consistent with his word. Don't treat the Bible like the terms and conditions that you scroll through when you sign up for something. Start with 1 verse a day, write it down, repeat it, and let it set the tone for your decisions and for that day. And third, trust and follow. See, hearing is easy, but the following part is hard. Sheep don't negotiate with the shepherd. The sheep move. What's one step that you know that God's been nudging you about? Forgive someone, get back to church, start that prayer habit. Listen, don't just hear it, follow it. Imagine what would change if you actually recognized his voice above all the others. Less stress, more peace, more clarity, more confidence. Because Jesus says that my sheep listen to my voice, I know them, and they follow me. So the question today isn't, is God speaking? The question is, are you listening? Hey, if this Monday Minutes really encouraged you and talked to you today, please make a comment. And if you haven't subscribed yet on our YouTube page, please do that as well. Until then, have an amazing day.